Up that little 7-year-old boy, Samuel, that was injured here, Lord, at no fault of his own.
An emotional day at Lakewood Church, the world-renowned megachurch, holding services for the first time since Genesee Moreno showed up there with her 7-year-old son and opened fire last Sunday. Moreno was killed. Her son and a church member were injured. Julissa Garza is joining us live from Lakewood. Julissa, you were at this morning's service and spoke one-on-one with Pastor Osteen.
Yeah, that's right, Marcelino. And Pastor Osteen says that this special service was one of unity and hope, and more than anything, reclaiming this space that so many people come to every single week.
It was, it was a shooting, but somebody said it didn't have the word M-A-S-S before it. And that's the grace of God. So I thank God for that.
A Sunday service centered around healing inside of Lakewood Church after a woman identified as Genesee Moreno walked inside and opened fire 1 week ago. She was killed by 2 off-duty officers working security. Her 7-year-old son, who she brought to the church, was shot in the head. He's still in a hospital. Another man was hit in the leg.
Really what today is about, reclaiming what is ours, reclaiming the space.
Despite what happened, Pastor Osteen says several miracles took place.
One thing that hits me is that the officer that helped to neutralize her was really a hero. I mean, it was a miracle that he stepped up, because she had this big long weapon and he doesn't have that. But I mean, that was certainly a miracle.
Many churchgoers happy to be back and holding on to their faith, like mother and daughter Danielle and Demaya.
There is no reason to fear. I'm here to support not just my pastor, but the vision of Lakewood.
Members part of Iglesia Lakewood also glad to be back for their afternoon services, like Liana Vega, who has been part of Iglesia Lakewood for 19 years and recounts what it was like inside last Sunday. She says what she can remember from that day is seeing people running, but also people praying. And Pastor Osteen says praying is something they'll continue to do for everyone.
Our message is we're here to help you heal, to begin that process. And I know, sometimes that memory and that trauma can just try to pull you back, but I believe God's going to help them and help us to be able to help them in a greater way.
Pastor Osteen tells me the church has reached out to the family of 7-year-old Samuel Moreno, but they have yet to hear back. HPD Chief Troy Finner says that the boy is still in the hospital and in critical condition. For now, live outside of Lakewood Church, Julissa Garza, KHOU 11 News.
So great to see Lakewood back open on a Sunday. Julissa, thank you for your reporting. During a news conference after the services, HPD Chief Troy Finner said they will release body camera footage of the shooting per department policy.
Yeah, we'll release it as our policy here at HPD. We release within 30 days. We're still going through some of the footage, and that's a long process sometimes. Several officers, and it's not just the officers that's involved in the shooting. Anybody that has any footage that's related, we got to go through all that.
We have extensive coverage of the Lakewood Church shooting investigation on our website, including our reporting on the items found in the shooter's home in Conroe. Again, that's at khou.com.